Hey everyone, how are you? This is Melissa Charity from Red Hot Now, and I am at my friend's house out in the country in Connecticut this weekend, and it is just gorgeous. It's beautiful here. There's just beautiful green and yellow and orange leaves on the trees, and it's a sunny day, and I'm in this beautiful historic home, and things are good. How are things with you today? Listen, I wanted to show up today because I've been thinking about this about becoming an expert. I think a lot of us think that we don't know enough, or, we need to know more, or we need to get a certificate or a degree or something that proves that we actually know what we're talking about. And sometimes that's true. I mean, obviously, if you want to be a doctor, you have to go to, medical school. If you want to be a surgeon, you have to do that. But, for most of us, many of us, we know things that we don't need to have a degree for, or certificate for, or whatever for. We actually know these things, right? And we've studied them, we've worked with them, we've incorporated them into our lives, and we actually know what we're talking about. And so it's not that hard to be known as an expert. Or to be an expert. But it's actually a little bit more difficult for us, perhaps, to get known as an expert, right? Because we're less likely to put ourselves out there and say, hey, I'm an expert. But if the thing is that we all know what we know, and if we just start talking about it, we will start to get seen as the expert that we are, right? So, what I'm here today to talk about is getting known in 30 days. And it's actually not that hard, right? Because I don't know if you know Woody Allen, but, you know Woody Allen, of course. But what Woody Allen once said was 80% of life is showing up, right? And I totally believe that's true. But I actually think it's more than 80%. I think it's like 95% or 99% of showing up of life, right? Because as long as we show up, things happen. And this funny thing happened to me last week. I wanted to tell you about it because I posted that I was going to go live on my Facebook page in Red Hot Now, and I gave everyone the link in my email list and all that. And then when I was on my phone, I hit my personal page instead. And so I went live on my personal page, which actually I had no idea that I did that. And so, it's my goof, right? Like I totally own that. And that was funny because I ended up being on my personal page. But then what happened, actually, it's not so bad to be on your personal page, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But what happened is that a few people who I didn't anticipate would actually saw me there because I was on my personal page, right? And I connected with a few people who I normally would never have connected with who saw me there. And I then had following conversations about things like sustainable food and health and these different conversations with different people, and different business ideas and different business ventures have come up since then because of that, okay? Which were, you can call them random, which I don't actually believe. I don't believe anything's random. I don't believe anything's by coincidence. But they actually just started because I showed up on video. There's Jeffrey. And because I showed up on video, people saw me. And because people saw me, they contacted me. And then they were like, hey, I'd love to do this with you. Hey, I need your help. That is what happens. And I was there last week to talk kind of more about a personal story about, what that's like. I was talking about stepping into your power, right? And I'll include the link to that video in my next email. If you guys want to get on my list, you can sign up on my Red Hot Now page. But, and I know someone's watching. I don't know who it is, but hello, thank you for being here. So the thing is that you just show up, and you start talking about what you know, you start sharing experiences, you start sharing inspiration, stories, ideas, and people listen to you and they think, wow, she really knows what she's talking about, or he really knows what he's talking about. You also can show up online. You don't always have to be talking about your business. It's actually good to actually show up and not talk about your business sometimes. Maybe you want to talk about a project that you're working on that has, hey, Karen. Oh, look, Karen's here. Yay, you figured it out. Hello. Yay. It's great to have people here. I know. I love it. I love to know that I have an audience and I'm actually talking to somebody. It really helps a lot. But maybe you want to share a project you're working on that has maybe something to do with your business, maybe not. Maybe it's a gardening project. Maybe it's, you want to teach people how to play bridge. Something that you feel comfortable talking about, you feel solid in. I would recommend just starting with something like that. Maybe starting on your personal page, or creating a business page for yourself and doing it that way. Because the thing about Facebook Live right now is that it is very, very timely, because Facebook is really looking to promote people who do Facebook Lives, and so therefore, the more you do Facebook Lives, the more Facebook likes you, right? And they'll elevate your blog, not your blog posts, your posts, your regular posts, okay, as well. So it all starts to organically, your reach increases dramatically. Like this reach I had on my video from not 2 weeks ago when I did it on my Facebook page, I had 885 views, okay, which is a lot. I have maybe 400 something likes on my page right now. Before I was getting maybe 3 or 4 comments or 3 or 4 likes, which is good, because that's in Facebook world, that's a lot, nowadays, because they really limit your visibility. But now I was getting a lot of people watching my video. I don't even know where it went. It just goes out there into the Facebook world. But it was great, and I had comments, I had feedback, I've had communication, I've had connections. I've made a lot of connections and the past few weeks, and just doing these things, just showing up, on Fridays. And, I'm just doing it once a week right now, but I might do it twice a week. I don't know. I'm going to try it out. But I just want you to think about it, because you only have to have a camera on your phone and you press the post, right? You go into Facebook, you press on the post like you're going to type something. And then it has that thing where it says go live. And then you press the button that says go live. And then it gives you the option of typing in a title, So I think the title today, I typed in was, how to become known as an expert in your field, or something like that. And then you press this big red button, and then you go live. And it's boom, live. And again, I've said this before, but the best thing about going live is that you don't have to do it again and again and again. Because if you're going to do it on video by yourself in your house, and you trip up and you make a mistake or whatever, you're likely to stop the video and then start over, right? Because you're like, oh, I just made a mistake. And I've done that. And it's really tiring. You get exhausted doing that after a while, unless you have people helping you or encouraging you and working with you. It's really hard to do this stuff by yourself. I don't have anyone here. I don't have a director or a wardrobe person or a makeup artist or, a hair person to help me with my crazy, wacky red hair. But I do have me, and I'm motivated to do this because I want to help people. I want to share things. I want to share my information. I want to share my excitement and my passion and my enthusiasm for you to get out there, because there's so much greatness in the world. There's so many people doing so many good things, and we don't know about them. We hear about the idiots in Congress. Sorry, I don't want to get political, but we hear about people doing really stupid things, and it's distressing and it's creating fear. And I think that that's what the media wants to do mostly, is just create fear in people. Okay, I won't get into that. But anyway, that's what I think. So my point of this is that we need to counteract that. Or just be ourselves, just forget about them and just go out there, forget about what's happening in the world and, all the stuff you hear in the news and all the scary shit that's going down. That's just meant to keep you small, really. And trust me, because I used to work in news media, I understand what the mindset of that is. It's not good. So forget about that stuff. Don't watch the news. Try not to watch the news at all if you can help it. Really, truly. Turn it off. Focus on you. Focus on what you love about you. Focus on what you feel good about talking about. What makes you happy to talk about? How do you feel like you're helping people? What is it that you have to say that's so important? And say it. And say it on Facebook Live. Just press the red button and just say it. And keep talking. You have to be your own soapbox. You have to be your own PR machine these days. There's no one else that's going to do it for you. And you are the person who knows how to do it best. You are the person who knows how to speak it best. If writing's not your forte, don't write. Speak. Okay? Do what feels best to you. And I think today Facebook Live is the best way to get out there. The other thing is you can download the Facebook Lives and upload them to your YouTube page. So it's a win-win. You have a twofer, right? You got one live video to boost you in Facebook, and then you have a YouTube page. Never, ever, ever rely on Facebook to be your only platform. okay? Because they can shut you down any minute, any day. They are changing their algorithms constantly. They're making it harder for people to get seen. It's going to be where people have to pay to get their posts boosted. That's going to happen really, really soon. And they're already testing out the waters now. They're shutting down smaller publishing people here on Facebook. They're not promoting their posts like they used to. And that's going to start happening more and more often. You're going to see that. So don't rely on Facebook to be your only medium. Get on Instagram, have a Twitter account, have a blog. You always want your own foundation. I really recommend you have your own website and you build it out as a media platform. And there's lots of different ways to do that, and I can help you with that if you want to know. And if you need help doing that, it's what I do. And let me produce you. I'd love to produce you. I'd love to get you going and get you excited and get you motivated to take it to the next level and to be out there like you need to be out there right now. Okay? So that is what I wanted to say to you guys today. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was inspiring. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Otherwise, I will see you next week, next Friday at 1 p.m. on my Facebook page, Red Hot Now. Please join me then, and I will be around on Facebook in the meantime if you want to reach me. Okay, thanks so much. See you next week. Bye.